What's up guys, Gio here from Gio on the Go. Today I want to talk about something that almost nobody prepares foreign men for before dating overseas. And that is provider expectations. Because honestly, in my 10 years here now, whether I've been in Thailand, Kenya, the Philippines, Vietnam, it doesn't matter. The moment you start dating abroad, money becomes part of the relationship much faster than most Western men expect. Not because women are evil, not because they're gold diggers, but because the culture is very different from the West. And if you don't understand provider expectations before you start dating overseas, it can cost you. Stick around for today's video.
Same four walls, same fading year. Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more.
Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is what does provider mean when dating overseas? You know, in the West, or at least in my experience from dating in the US, even Germany when I was stationed in Germany, dating usually starts off light. You know, sometimes you split bills, you take turns paying. Everyone is kind of expected to be independent. You know, she's got her own apartment, she's got her own bills, her own car. You know, you're not providing taxi fare and gas money for her to arrive at the date. But abroad, very different. In most countries, at least the ones that I've been to, the man is seen as the provider by default. That doesn't just mean paying for dinner either. It often means transportation, groceries, phone load, rent help, medical bills, family emergencies, school fees, business ideas to help her set up that sorry store, and sometimes supporting parents or siblings. And here's the key part. You know, to them, this is simply what a man does that cares about them. And I think that expectation is just kind of built into the culture. So when us foreign guys show up with our Western dating habits, there's sometimes often a massive disconnect. So second thing is why foreign men usually get caught off guard. I think a lot of guys come overseas emotionally ready, but financially unguarded. They think, she likes me, we've got chemistry, she's different. But I think what a lot of guys don't realize is that she's dating with long-term survival in mind, not just romance. And if you get the lower income countries, Kenya, Philippines, Thailand, other Cambodia, wherever, relationships are often practical, at least in my experience. Now, I'm not saying love doesn't exist. It does, but I think stability matters more to the women overseas. I think security matters more, and your income definitely matters. Not to say in the West they want you to have six figures, you know, and all of that, but here it definitely matters. And when a woman introduces you to her family quickly or starts sharing financial problems early on, that's not always manipulation. That's her seeing you as potential stability. And I think Western men sometimes mistake that for intimacy. So next thing is common provider traps. Let me give you some real world examples that I've kind of seen over and over, expats make, myself make, and it's just kind of the normal. It just happens a lot. First one, small money requests that never stop. And the thing about the small money requests is they're small, so you don't really think anything. She's like, oh, can I have 500 pesos for this? If you're in Kenya, you know, shillings, or Thailand, baht. And you're like, oh, it's just 500. Oh, it's just 100. And all these little things, they start to add up and you don't even kind of count them in your Western mind because you're thinking, oh, 500, that's 10 bucks. But you know, it starts with 10 bucks. Then it's 20 bucks. Then emergencies. And then all of a sudden you're paying the rent. There's always something. Always. Second, sudden family responsibility. Now you're helping her mom, her cousin needs school money, her brother needs a job, and Often you didn't just get a girlfriend, you joined a financial ecosystem. And third would be lifestyle inflation. So, she starts dressing better. Maybe in the Philippines, she would shop at a ukay, which means the used clothing. And now all of a sudden she's shopping at the mall with you. She's eating better. She's expecting nicer places, because now she's dating a foreigner. And slowly your monthly budget doubles without you really even noticing. And that's what I call financial creep sometimes. It's just it creeps ever so small that you don't even notice it at first. And none of this really happens overnight. And that's what makes a lot of foreigners caught off guard. It happens kind of quietly. And that's why I think a lot of men don't realize they're being financially drained until months later. So the fourth thing, I'm not saying don't date overseas. I've dated overseas for years, and I've been caught a few times in this financial creep where you're just kind of slowly elevating their life, and the small little requests become bigger and things get added on, and it just goes on and on and on. There's a lot of amazing women out here. I've met amazing women in Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and here in Kenya. But you need boundaries, you need clarity, and you need a budget. And you got to stick to that budget. You need to understand the cultural expectations before emotions get involved. I think you should decide early on how much you're going to be spending on dating monthly, and what are you willing to help with it, and what are you going to draw the line at? Because if you don't define it early on, then someone else will. And for me, here's the most important rule. A woman can appreciate you, she can care about you, and still see you primarily as financial stability. I think those things can exist at the same time, and often do exist at the same time. So how do you protect yourself? Here's what I recommend, and it seems so obvious, and I tell people this all the time, and I should have listened to this advice myself a few times. But number one is just go slow. I don't know what it is, but once people go overseas, they throw common sense away. And I mean, people are moving in with each other after chatting online for 6 weeks and then meeting in person. And a week later, they are living together. And it actually just seems kind of insane to me, but it happens. And it happens a lot. And then a couple months later, they're saying, how do I get out of this situation that I just put myself in? And I've been there. And I get it from so many guys. I get emails and I'll get consultations. Gio, I'd moved in with this girl, and now she's turned crazy on me, and she said she's going to report me to immigration if I break up or if I kick her out. And so, I get this all the time. So if money comes up early, then pay attention. And second, don't play hero. And I think, again, this is another common one that you see her living conditions. You see, oh, she's just eating this. Oh, she's living there. Oh, she's barely making it. Listen, you were not here to save everyone. You can't save everyone. And it's not your job. And third, keep your finances separate. Again, something that Western guys seem to just throw the common sense away as soon as they get over here. They're like, oh, she's so sweet, she's so nice. And next thing you know, they've opened a bank account together in the Philippines or wherever. And he's dumping his Social Security check into there. And she's got full access to it. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Never give her full access. Never. And fourth, watch actions, not words. And finally, if your relationship feels like a monthly subscription, something is wrong. When it starts to feel like you're just kind of there to pay the bills and, like a monthly subscription, then you got to put the brakes on. For me, healthy relationships don't feel like financial obligations. So listen, dating abroad can be beautiful. It can be amazing. It can be rewarding, but it can also become expensive fast if you don't understand provider expectations. You don't have to be cheap, you don't have to be cold, but you definitely do need to be aware, because the fastest way to ruin your your overseas life is choosing the wrong relationship. So guys, if this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to Geo on the Go, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I come out with a new video. And if you want help navigating dating, finances, or relocating abroad, I offer one-on-one consultations. Link is down below. Stay smart out there, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.
Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Geo, let's go before it's too late. Time keeps slipping away from us. Keep living like this. Away from